Welcome to Jason's podcast.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh.
Hello, I am Jason, and I'm here with Monique Hellenberg doing an interview on all of her songs and like what inspired her. Yeah, let's get into it. So, first off, which do you think would be your favorite song out of all of the songs that you've wrote or done?
My favorite songs that I've ever written or done, that's quite a difficult question. But out of the last couple of recordings, my favorite has been a collaboration that my brother and I did. That's called Keep Walking. Have you managed to have a listen to that? I can't remember if I sent you the link to that one or not.
No, I did look at quite a few others.
Okay.
So what inspired you, do you think, to start singing, or have you just always really wanted to sing?
Well, I can remember wanting to sing from a very young age. I just always loved singing at home. And when I was in grade 4, I remember having to do a project where we had to draw a picture of what we wanted to do for our career. And I remember drawing a picture of an actress, but I actually really wanted to be a singer, but I was too shy to tell everybody around me. So I said an actress, but I always just knew deep inside that I wanted to be a singer, even though I was quite a shy little girl growing up.
So when did you start recording videos and posting videos of you singing?
Videos came a lot later in my music journey. I think the first music video I've done would have been in about 2011, and it was a video in a collaboration recording with Solani Mahola and a number of South African and foreign artists, where we did a song called For the Love of Water, which of course is to raise awareness of water and the value of water. And that was in 2011. And that video is still online. It can be found on Vimeo. And then a little bit later, I stand to be corrected about the date of this. I think it was in 2013 that I was asked to record, to be in the music video of a Goldfish song. I'd been singing with them for a number of years by that time, but a DJ called Kulo De Song, he made a remix of one of their songs called Call Me, and he asked me if I'd like to be in the music video, and I of course said yes. And yeah, that is also available on YouTube. It's called Call Me. It's the Kulo De Song remix of the Goldfish song. Yeah.
So have you were you first in a choir before you started recording, or have you never been in a choir?
Yes, actually, I was in the choir from a very young age at school, at 5 years old. I went to Mikkelfield Primary School in Rondebosch, and I was in the choir from 5 years old until the end of high school. I was in the choir. And I did music as a subject from a very young age. I did piano and flute and recorder all the way up until matric. And when I finished school, I studied music as well. I studied jazz music. I did a degree. And during that time, I also sang with a number of vocal groups, which were more jazz vocal groups. Yeah. And also, after I finished studying, I also have sung with vocal groups professionally and recorded as well. with one of them, and it's called Track 5. That's the name of the group. The latest album of theirs is called Love You Madly, and I am part of that recording as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever played a musical instrument before?
Yes. As mentioned, I did piano at school, and also the flute, and the recorder. The piano I did from age 8 until matric, and it was classical piano. But before that, I did the recorder from age 5 until about age 13, when I switched over to the flute, which I played until matric. And then at university, I continued with the piano, and I switched over to jazz piano for 4 years during that time. And yeah, it's been a very useful skill, which I've used for my teaching. I've used it for performing. I can accompany myself a lot of the time. So yeah, it's really, really useful. I don't play the flute anymore, but it's really great to understand woodwind instruments and how they work. It also helps me to understand students and other instruments in a band setting as well. So yeah.
Have you ever considered other career choices other than singing?
Well, the other choice has also been to do with singing, which has been teaching. I've taught at Micklefield Primary School, which is where I went to primary school. I taught at Rustenburg Girls High, which is where I went to high school, and the University of Cape Town, which is also where I attended. I've taught at all 3 of those places. So teaching has been another career field, but also in music. In terms of other careers, I haven't really ever had a strong desire to do anything else other than music, except for maybe when I was in matric, standard 9, grade 11 and grade 12, when we were asked, to think about our careers. And I do remember contemplating studying climatology or being a vet. But I think those were more fantasy type of careers than going with things that were really my strengths and my natural passions. Yeah.
So how many songs in total have you made, or don't you really know? Have you participated in May?
Ooh. It's quite a lot. I've sang on many people's albums over the years. They've included an album called Nowhere to Hide by James Kibbe, Songs of Africa by Daniel Epple, also 3 Goldfish albums. The first one was Perceptions of Pacha, where I sang This Is How It Goes. It's a number 1 hit song. Mm-hmm. And also their albums Get Busy Living and 3 Second Memory as well. And I've also sang on a salsa song by an artist called Russell, and his album is called Straight from the Heart. And also an album of a musical called Rockville 2069. I've sung some songs on there too. And of course my own music, which I've just recently released. My first release was in 2010. That was a bit long ago, but I've just released it on digital platforms this year. It's called Imagine, and it's a CD single. And then the EP that I released is called Finally Free. And then another single that I released with my brother, which is more of like a house track, is called Keep Walking.
So what would your favorite genre of music be?
That's quite difficult for me to say because I love music. I have a bunch of genres that I like, which are jazz, pop, and of course pop can be subdivided into many different genres. My favorite would be R&B, soul, and the type of music that Goldfish does. I really love it. I love musical theater. I love some gospel music. I love very peaceful music that one would hear in a yoga class. I love those type of songs. So yeah, I love a wide variety of music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and world music and salsa music I love too. And a bit of rock music too.
Yes. I think that's all I have prepared. So
okay.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you for having me on your show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Here are 2 songs that Monique sings for us. Go.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh. Imagine your life was all that it could be. Imagine that you were living out your dreams and time was more than the future or the past. And life was made up of moments made to last. And you are completely in every way so free.
Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a nice day.